Hello and welcome back, Catweazle here, and Arkham Horror Cool Air. Just a quick recap of turn 7. Charlie is currently delayed and lost in time and space. Skids is just coming out of the Great Hall of Celiano. Roland's just coming out of Yuggoth. And Rita is in South Church. So that's where we are at the moment. We've currently got 4 monsters in Arkham, and we have 3 open gates. And the first player this turn will be Roland. So let's go over to the player area and we'll do the upkeep phase. Our first player is Roland, and here he is. So he's going to be coming out of Yuggoth this turn, and he will be going to the Unvisited Isle. He's got an Elder sign, so he'll just be spending a stamina and a sanity. But we've got to think a bit longer term, because the turn after that he's got a Loigor and a Leng Spider to deal with, and they both look pretty grim. So his sneak is quite high, but he's only got 1 speed. He doesn't get any extra speed, so he would have to be on 2. So if he does decide to try and give them the slip, or at least one of them the slip, he's got enough to be able to get to another location. We don't want him hanging about in the street. What else? His law's up at 4. That'll be fine. And his fight, should have bob his fight up. We still got an extra turn, but that's -1 on the Loigor, and it's -2 for the Leng Spider. No, I think we'll pretty much keep it there. Right, so that's it for Roland Banks. Next up will be Rita Young. Here we are with Rita. Right, what's Rita going to do? She's in South Church. She hasn't got a single clue. Oh, retainer first. Let's roll for a retainer. See if she keeps it. But first of all, she gets the $2. So she's up to $18. She could actually do with handing some of this off. Because of a back injury, she can't really buy a load of stuff herself. So it might do for her to give the money to somebody like Charlie, who's lost in time and space. But when he comes out, I might get him to come out in the same area as wherever she is, and then she can give him her cash. First of all, let's roll for the retainer. A 1, she loses it. Ah, no! But we had a good run. We didn't have a bad old run with it, really. So that's a pity. She hasn't been going to college enough, so they've took the retainer off her. Right, so that's the retainer finished. So where's she going to go from South Church? And what about moving her focus? So we could get a clue at the Historical Society or the Silver Twilight Lodge. And yeah, I think we might. Or should we leave the clues for some other guys like Charlie? If she does that, what else could she do? I suppose she could, if we put a speed up to 5, she could go 1, 2, 3. She could go 3, finish in Rivertown and take that cultist on. She's not cursed anymore, so I think she'd have quite a good. I think she's got a good chance, and she's got 6 stamina. So spending a bit of time in the streets, 1 stamina, icy winds. I think she can do that. Right, Yeah, I think she's going to take that cultist out. Right, so that's it for Rita. Nothing else, I don't think. No. And we'll take a look at Charlie. Here he is, Set Blatter. Lost in time and space. So he's pretty much delayed this turn. There's not a great deal he can do. I'm just thinking, for when he comes out, where could he go? He could go... Oh, he's got his retainer, $2. Don't forget the retainers. So, back in the money. Even though he's lost in time and space, it's going into his bank account, I guess. Right, roll for the retainer. Oh, it fell out. Try again. A 6, that's fine. So it keeps his retainer for next turn. Right, wherever he decides to come out, I'm going to give him 1 extra speed. Just so he'll have 4 movement then. He can move around a bit. Right, I think that'll do for Charlie. There's nothing much else to do. Right, let's go over to Skids. Here he is, Skids. And what he's going to do is he's going to come out of the graveyard gate from the Great Hall of Celiano. Imagine what that's going to look like. Got Skids O'Toole, his Tommy gun, and an axe. He's going to come out, flying out on a motorbike. It'd be like something out of Bat Out of Hell. Anyway, he's going to come out into the graveyard and he's going to try and shut the gate. So you can shut a gate with either your law or your fight as a skill check. If I'd thought on, I should really have moved his fight up, and then I could have moved it up to 5 this turn, and that'd have given him a better chance. But as it is, we'll just move his law up. He'll try and shut it with his law and 4 dice. Hopefully he'll be able to do it. He's only got -1 for the Celiano gate, so he'll have 3 dice, and hopefully he'll be able to get a 5 or a 6. What else? He's got no bank loans or retainers. Do we want to use the other focus? I might. He's got Map of Arkham and the motorcycle giving 3 movement. So I'm going to put his sneak up to 5. He may have to sneak past that moon beast because I want to get into Arkham Asylum so he can get his sanity back. He's been hanging on by a thread for too long. Right, so I think that's it for Skids. Let's go to the movement phase. Here we are, movement phase. And the first thing is Roland, and Roland's going to come out of Yuggoth and he's going to go back to the Unvisited Isle. He doesn't have to fight those 2 monsters this turn. The first turn that you come out of a gate, you have the opportunity to seal that gate before you have to deal with any monsters. So he's at the Unvisited Isle, and the Loigor and the Leng Spider haven't spotted him yet. Next up is Rita, and Rita is going to go 1, 2, 3, and she's going to take on this cultist because she doesn't like cultists. She's failed a personal story, but that only applies if you've got more than 1 monster in a location, and there's only 1. It's a cultist. She hates him, and she's going to try and do him in. So don't have to look at that side. She's not evading, as normal. No sanity check, so it's straight into the fight check. She needs to get 3 successes, but this time she's not cursed, so 5s or 6s will count as a success. Right. So, dice. She's got 4 for a shotgun, plus 2 fight is 6, plus 1 is 7. So she's got 7 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We in shot. We are. Bring it a bit nearer so we can see. And then chuck a dice on the floor. Right, come on. 3 successes. She got 2 6s, not good enough. So she will lose 1 stamina. She's now down to 5 stamina. So she'll have another go. Needs 3 successes. That's 1. She loses another stamina. Oh, come on. She's down to 4 stamina. And 1 success again. She's down to 3 stamina. Oh, this isn't very good, is it? I'm going to change the dice. They're obviously rubbish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so she checks a shotgun and has another go. And she gets the 3 successes. There was something wrong with the chambers on the shotgun. Anyway, she's made it work now. So there we go. She gets the cultist. She's got another monster trophy. But she does lose 3 stamina. And she's down to 3 stamina now. But it's well worth it. We've got an extra monster stand back, so we've got 4. So even if we get a surge, this Mythos phase, we've got the stands. So hopefully that'll stand us in good stead. Right, that's the end of Rita's movement. Now we've got Charlie. All Charlie's going to do is stand up because he can't go anywhere. He's going to lose a turn, lost in time and space. Right, and then lastly, but not least, it's Skids, and he comes back out in the graveyard, bat out of hell, bursts out of the gate on his motorbike, does a few wheelies, then gets off, and just before he shuts the gate, lights himself a cigarette. And that's the end of the movement phase. Next up is the Arkham encounter phase. Welcome back to the Arkham encounter phase. First up, we have Roland. And what Roland's going to do is he's going to close and seal the Yuggoth gate. We don't have to roll anything because he has the Elder Sign. Arkham encounter phase, which is now, when closing a gate, lose 1 stamina and 1 sanity and return this card to the box. So it doesn't go to a discard or anything. This is the end of it for this game. You do not need to make a skill check or spend any clue tokens to seal the gate. In addition, remove 1 Doom token from the Ancient One's Doom track. So Ithaca, who was at 4, is now at 3. So I'll take that off. Take a sealed gate marker. We'll put that on the unvisited aisle. We check the gate and it's got a circle, so we look for any circle monsters. I think only the Mygo was a circle monster and we got rid of that with the Mythos card last time. But just check, wouldn't like to miss any. No, we've got a square and 2 dashes. So no monsters come off the board, but he does get that as a trophy. He now has 5 toughness worth of monsters and 2 gate trophies. So basically it's Roland who's carrying everybody else. So we'll get rid of the Elder Sign. We can't use that again this game. Right, next up is it's Rita. She is Rita. As she's in a street location, she doesn't actually get an encounter. So next up is Charlie. And here we are with Charles. Well, we've stood Charles up, but obviously he's not going to have an encounter because he's lost in time and space, and he doesn't actually move until the start of the next upkeep phase. So the next turn, first thing he'll do, when it's his upkeep, he will be able to move anywhere in Arkham. We may move into Rivertown streets. He won't lose any stamina because he's doing it at the start of the upkeep phase, and he can trade with Rita and then when it comes to his move, he can move as normal. So I think we'll do that. Right, so that's Charlie staying in Lost in Time and Space for the time being. And next up is Skids. And here we are with Skids, the Great Hall of Celiano Gate in the graveyard. It's a -1 gate as regards difficulty. So have a look at his law and his fight, and his law's the highest at the moment with 4. So that's 4 dice, -1 for the difficulty of the gate. That gives us 3 dice to try and close the gate. Oh, 2 6s and a 5. I'd safely say he's closed the gate. Excellent work, Mr. O'Toole. So take that away, and the gate mat and the gate holder. We've got no monsters with a star, so we've got no monsters to take off the board. He's going to use 5 clue tokens that he's got in order to seal the gate. So we have now sealed 3 gates. So things are looking up. Took us till turn 8. We could have perhaps been a bit quicker if we'd been a bit more on the ball. But we're halfway there. So we just need to seal 6 gates, and Ithaca goes back to sleep. And everybody's like saved, and everybody in Arkham loves us. Right, so that's the end of the Arkham encounter phase. There's nobody in the other worlds, so we skip that phase and we'll go straight to our favourite phase, which is the Mythos phase. Hello and welcome back to the Mythos phase. So, looking at the whole board, we'll get the deck of Doom and see what we've got. A gate opening at the woods. So, get that gate stand that we just took back, and take the Doom token off top of the gate deck, and that will go back, but it's only gone back to 4. If you remember, we took a Doom token off because Roland used an Elder Sign to seal the Unvisited Isle, so he's only gone back up to 4, so that's good. And pick the top gate off the deck. We don't look at it due to my house rule, so that's there at the woods, and that means we need a monster from the tentacly bag of horribleness. Oh, let's dig deep. Let's dig deep. What's this one? It's cultist number 500 million. Right. So we've got another cultist. Normally, it's really good to get these because like they are pretty weak, but that 3 toughness just makes them a pain. That's why obviously Rita had to spend 3 stamina last time to get rid of the last one. But let's put him on his little stand and leave him guarding the woods gate. So there he is. Okay, so we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4 monsters in Arkham again. And let's see. Clue appears at Independence Square, except it doesn't, because there's a gate there, so it gets destroyed. Could do with a few clues actually appearing on the board, but we've got some monster trophies and gate trophies, so might be able to get to the old science building and cash a few of those in. Right, movement, squares and diamonds. We've got a square. That's bad news. We've got a square. Oh, it's this bloody Loigor. Instead of moving, all investigators in this or any adjacent locations or street areas lose 1 sanity and 1 stamina. Urgh! And guess who stood right there? Yes, it's Roland. So Roland loses 1 stamina and 1 sanity. So he's down to 5 stamina and 3 sanity. Gah, Loigors, I hate you! So that's that movement. done. Diamonds, I don't think we've got any diamonds. No. No, no, no. And circles, we haven't got any circles either, so that's monster movement. And this is heat wave. Now this is environment weather. There's not going to be a heat wave because Ithaca's in town and he's a frost demon old one. So this is what it means when it says discard the Mythos card. It doesn't mean discard the whole card and not do anything on it. You do the gate, you do the clue appears, you do the monster movement. What you don't do is this bit. So the weather bit is the bit that's discarded. So we'll discard that over here. That's the end of that. We don't implement the weather part of it because it's icy winds and that's always in play. So we'll put the deck of horribleness back, and that's the end of our Mythos phase and the end of turn 8. We got quite a bit done in that turn. Obviously we got 2 gates sealed, which is always good. We're halfway there. We killed a cultist. Because we sealed one of the gates with an Elder sign, it meant we knocked a Doom token off Ithaca's Doom track. It went back on because the Independence Square gate opened, but it was still pretty... Independence Square gate, sorry, the Woods gate opened, so we had to put it back. And we're in pretty good shape, I think. We need to get some clue tokens now. We're pretty down on them. Skids has used his 5. Roland's got 4 though, assuming he can get away from the Leng Spider and the Loigor next turn. Perhaps get to the unnameable and get that clue, and then he'll be up to 5 again, and he can shut either Independence Square or the Woods. Charlie's got 3 clues, so hopefully after his hopefully he might be able to pick up a couple of clues and perhaps close Independence Square. We'll have a see. Yes, we may do that. He may come out at Hibbs Roadhouse and take that clue. And although Rita's got all that money and she can't carry much, Skids has got to come out of the graveyard. So he goes oh no, Rita goes first. But Rita's got 6 movement. She could pop into the graveyard, give the money to Skids, and then go somewhere else, and then Skids can go and buy some stuff. So, but anyway, we'll work that out in the upkeep phase of turn 9. So as normal, thank you all for watching. Thanks for the subscriptions, thanks for the comments, and hope to see you next time. Toodaloo.